Now, Dolewite. I like how you played the name on Dolomite.
Yeah.
So, how is it being a DJing personality, a white DJing personality in a predominant black space?
I think that it is, I think earlier people had more of a reaction to it than they do now.
Okay.
When I was, 18, 19 and at Georgia Southern, I'd be like, no, I'm a DJ. And they'd be like, no, for real, like seriously. I'm like, no, like there's records in my car. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And now it's not as uncommon.
Right.
I do think it's important because I see a lot of other white DJs. I do think it's important that if you're going to be in this space, that you contribute more to, in some way, societally, to use your platform, your voice, whatever it is you have, to be on the right side of certain issues and arguments to be had. I have seen in the past, and not here in Nashville, just nationally, a couple All Lives Matter white DJs, and I've been like, yeah, bro, you need to find another occupation. You know what I mean?
How did you figure that out, like for yourself, and understanding, like, I'm a kind of a guest in this space, right? I'm a guest in this space, and I love hip hop. I love this music, but like, when did you really realize and understand that, like, that your voice and your presence means something different and can be even more powerful in some instances, speaking up about some of the things you're talking about?
I think it was a long process, and it's one of those things where I still learn things every day. I think the first thing, all white people, whether you're a DJ or you're the CEO of whatever company, it doesn't matter. We're all white people. The first thing we need to all do is really listen to the issues that black people particularly, but all minorities, but black people particularly have. We need to sit down and listen and say, all right, open mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. I want to hear you.
Right.
And I think most white people, myself included, struggle with that, especially being brought up in this country where it's, this is the greatest country in the world, blah, blah, blah. That's what you're taught when you're white, and you grow up and you kind of almost brainwashed into thinking that. But I think if you diversify the people around you, if you diversify your friends, and if you and I are friends, I have an obligation, no matter the racial barrier or not, to hear you out and to listen to you and to listen to your point of view. And I don't think enough white people do that. I read a book by Robin DiAngelo called White Fragility. And she made a point in the book to literally say, if white people don't, if I have a child with a white woman, right, and we had a white baby, and the white child is growing up, and they have all white friends surrounding them, I don't look at that child and say, why are your friends white? You got to diversify a little bit. You got to learn how to move in different spaces. We don't stress that to our children. And whereas if you're any other race, you have to learn how to move in white spaces a little bit. And I had never thought about that before. So every day is a learning period, a learning experience. And between Scoob and, my wife, especially my wife has dragged me kicking and screaming about, certain things that I was bullheaded to. And now I feel like I have more of the approach conversations less defensively and more of, if I said something that offended you, it's not like, I don't try to over-explain it or white-splain it or anything. I'm just like, yo, my bad. How did that offend you? Like, let's talk about it. Like, tell me how you feel.
I want to learn and grow from that.
I want to learn that. And that is, to me, the approach that all white people should take.